Have you ever been in the situation where you need to play a spell but couldn't because you didn't have Elixir? Have you ever faced a situation where you had to play a building but were unable to do so due to lack of Elixir? Well, it's time to say goodbye to all those situations because today, in the first ever episode slash class of School Royale, we're gonna be learning how to manage Elixir. Hello everyone, my name is King Awesome and today I've come up with a brand new series called School Royale. I'm still open to suggestions for the name of the series, by the way. Alright, today we are going to be talking about Elixir management and I'll be giving you 5 pro tips to manage your Elixir. Elixir management plays a key part in improving your skills to become a pro player. Even if you know all the key placements and timings of the cards, without proper Elixir management, you will always find yourself getting destroyed. These tips will certainly help you better tell your opponent's Elixir as well as managing your own. Before I get into the tips, if you would like to watch more videos where I give pro tips and decks for various Clash Royale game modes, memes, balance changes, etc, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss them out. Well, without further ado, let's start the class. Tip number 1. Determining Elixir count. There is a great way to determine how much Elixir your opponent has during certain moments in the game. Generally, when players reach 10 Elixir, they will want to place something in the back to cycle or to build up a big push. That means that you can take advantage of that. Oftentimes, when your opponent invests something in the back after quite a big break, that generally means that they are at about 10 Elixir and they might play an Elixir collector, a giant or just a Valkyrie in the back. This is a great way to reset your Elixir count and have a definitive way to know how much Elixir your opponent has at any moment of time in the match. Tip number 2. Tower HP as a resource. This might be something that you hear often with a golem deck, but did you know that you can also apply this to other archetypes? As most of you know, with a golem deck oftentimes it's okay to take tower damage just to get pumps down and gain an Elixir advantage or to play a golem at the back. But of course, this can apply to pretty much any archetype except for quick cycle decks. This can be especially good if you just don't have a good hand at all. Sometimes you can take a few hits and invest in a push opposite lane. You might have little less Elixir on defense, but as long as you deal more damage than your opponent, you're all good. Tip number ثلاثة. Sometimes you should leak Elixir. The most common application for this is if you are in a lead, especially a tower lead. This is so that you can retain all of your Elixir and play reactively. The last thing you want to do is to accidentally cycle something such as a wizard in the back just to get completely pummeled on the other lane by a balloon. Not just because you're down for Elixir, but also because you don't have the appropriate counter to stop the push. So just wait for your opponent to reach 10 Elixir and leak Elixir if you need to. Tip number 3. Don't spend too much of your brain power keeping track of Elixir. Counting Elixir shouldn't be that active of a thought process, because when you're playing a game, you should focus on playing the game. If you focus too much on the opponent's Elixir and constantly keep counting how much Elixir they have, it might just alter your gameplay for the worse. This applies especially in double Elixir, as many pros don't even count Elixir that much during that stage. With enough experience, you should be able to just get a feel of how much Elixir your opponent has, making it a much quicker and much more automatic process. Tip number 5. Knowing when to support a counter push and go all in. This is also essential when it comes down to the outcome of a battle. Do you want to support your counter pushing troops? This actually just depends on whether or not you think you have an Elixir lead. If you think you have an Elixir lead after a defense with surviving units, by all means you should. However, if you feel that you do not have an Elixir advantage, you can just go ahead and leave your troop alone and save your Elixir. Keep it in mind that oftentimes your opponent will still have to spend Elixir to defend your troops. However, if your troop is really low, it's probably in your best interest to just leave it. Also, be careful not to give too much spell value. For example, Battle Ram is not a good troop to counter push when your other units can be locked away, just giving your opponent so much spell value. And with that, we wrap up today's class. Today we learned 5 amazing tips that can greatly help you get better at managing Elixir. I hope you guys find this video really helpful and maybe you can even apply some of these to your games. Elixir management is a very crucial skill and can easily boost your gameplay to the next level. We will have one of these classes each week. Hopefully, that is until I run out of ideas. Lol. I really hope that you're gonna be present for the next class as well. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below as well as a subscription to my channel so you don't miss the future videos. And you can always reach me out on Discord if you have any doubts from today's class. And let me know down in the comments if you like the idea of this series. Until next time, stay safe and remember, be awesome.